I'm Theresa Vee, and this is the place to be if you're a creative, love warrior, or world changer who wants to make a greater impact on this beautiful world. Each month, I check in with our beloved Archangels, Divine Mother, and the Masters of Light to see what advice they have for us as we navigate the energies of the time. Humanity has one big question. What happened? I thought this new paradigm energy, these new times, would look a lot different. I don't understand what we're doing wrong. Why are things moving so slow? I thought we would be experiencing more peace, feeling better, and not having all of this old stuff come up. I thought I had cleared this years ago. And our angels, our beloved beings of light, really want to hold us in that. They understand how frightening, how confusing, and how frustrating this can be. You've put in so much work to ensure that we are in a love-based paradigm. And what you're seeing outside your window, what you're seeing maybe even in your own body and in your own home, is not reflective of that new love-based paradigm. And Divine Mother is really stepping forward this month to talk about this. These are initiatory times. There has never been a time where there was great change, where things just went, we're done. In any time of great change, there will be challenge. There will be challenge to the forward momentum. There will be challenge coming up because whatever it is that cannot be carried with needs to be worked through, left behind, or transmuted. Empowerment can come through challenging the way things were, deciding, does this work? And we've been in this process for a while, but now the whole world is going through this for themselves. And now you, who have been doing this work for a while, you are here as the way shower. You are here to hold the light, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. When we're talking about initiation, there is pruning, there's growth, there's catalyst for change. And we're seeing that in the world. If you step back from all of the things going on in the world and look from a higher perspective, there's so much difficulty happening in the world right now, so much that is so tough to stand by and watch. This is the catalyst for change. The divine is moving through us as a whole, pushing through anything that is not resonant with a love-based paradigm. So those things can't come with us. Old conflicts that have not been resolved, they're coming out in the open and they need to be resolved. We are at a moment in time where the patriarchy is disintegrating. And what we're seeing in the world is a reaction to that. What happens when we try to hold on to something that it's time to let go of? The problem comes when all we have to base things on is what has come before. Life itself is an initiation. As a whole, it's time to challenge our thoughts, our beliefs. It's time for clarity in our mental ability as well as in the world, in our reality, what we're creating. To get to clarity, integrity, very often radical change is necessary. And sometimes ugly things have to happen in order for us to realize what that radical change must be, what it must look like. We're making a quantum leap. And there's going to be breakthroughs of all sorts in our personal life, in our personal experience, and then outwardly, the world at large. We cannot create in the world what we have not created within ourselves. There is righteous anger. There's so much of it, and that shows us where change needs to be made. If you're feeling righteous anger, you are part of that change. But make no mistake, when you're feeling that righteous anger, that's also a sign that something in you is being triggered. Something in you is showing you that there's something there to heal inwardly as well. This is a time for humanity, personally and at large, to challenge old beliefs, to look at all old thoughts, to bring clarity into our own personal life, in our own mental realm, and then into the world around us. Right now, you'll be challenged with anything you're overly identified with, anything that you are attached to. Because we are so focused in creating this new energy, this new paradigm, as a love-based paradigm, the energy of initiation is coming in to wipe out everything that stands in the way of that, to bring it to the surface, to bring it to light. All of that fear-based energy, all of those attachments, all of those old thoughts, those old ways of being indoctrinated, they're coming up to the surface, and you may find people scrambling to grab onto them. And that's normal. And that's a reaction of trying to cling to something as like a life preserver, because you don't know what's ahead. You have no idea what's coming. So instead of going head first that way, going back to something that seems familiar. And while that may serve you and that may look great, what is coming for you? Because we have worked so hard, we have focused on love, what is coming is so much better. It's when you have the courage to let go of whatever it is you're holding tenaciously and say, okay, if this is for me, great, it will come back. If this is not for me, I let it wash away with trust that something better is coming, because we are in a world that is being built with love. When we hold on to something, even if it's something we love, that's not love, that becomes fear. We're holding on because of fear. We're holding on because of attachment. And right now, the challenge is to let go of all attachment. So when you're in a period of initiation, you can't put it off. We as a whole, as a world, cannot put this off any longer. It has started. The energy is moving. We are burning through everything that no longer serves. And the reason for this is because this is the purpose of the initiation. It is to bring about what we have so clearly focused on, which is a paradigm built in love. And what we who have been through the first part of this process are here to do at this point is to stand firm in the fire with our guides, with our angels at our sides, flanking us, and hold the energy, hold the vision. And that doesn't mean you're not taking action. There will obviously still be things coming up in your own personal life for clearing, because that's an ongoing thing. But there will also be things that you feel called to be an activist for in the world, or you feel activated to work towards. And these are really beautiful times where we can do this, as long as we are doing this from a place of sovereignty. It's wonderful. When that righteous anger takes over and we are taking action from anger, when we have not made the time to look within, after that anger gets brought up, what is it within me that needs tending? And then from that place of having tended that within ourselves, moving out into the world and helping to fix the problem. If we have not done that, we are trying to bring about a solution from a misaligned energy. And that is no longer the way forward in the world. That misalignment will not allow us to plant the seed of love. So if we're coming at it, I want love and peace, but I'm really angry about what's going on. Great, you're angry about what's going on. Look inward first and then move towards the change. Plant the seed from a place of love. This is what I would like instead. I would like for everyone to be able to feel peace. I would like for everyone to have the rights that they should have just because they exist. We can't plant seeds in anger. You've never seen a gardener plant a seed and stand there and yell at it until it sprouted. Instead, you plant the seed, you gently put the dirt over it, you water it, you tend it, you check the soil, you take care of that plant in all of the stages. And this is what we are here to do, to stand in the fire, plant those seeds and tend them, and to help people to see this is the way forward. We can stand in our power, we can stand in our knowing, even as we are affected by things in our own lives and the world around us. We can come back to that place of knowing. We can come back to that place of understanding that our guides are with us, understanding that the angels are with us, that we have infinite support, and that we are, beyond the shadow of a doubt, in this heart-based paradigm. We are just beginning it. And as the patriarchy disintegrates, all that it was keeping in shadow is coming up for healing, coming up for clearing. This is a time like no other that we've experienced before. This is living moment to moment. It requires continuous surrender, continuous letting go. And this is very challenging because we don't know what comes next. And what we're drawing from is our past experience, whether it be the past experience of this lifetime or our soul's past experience, things we've experienced in Lemuria, in Atlantis, or in any lifetime or lifetimes that we've existed in before. However, we're looking at problems that we're facing right now and creating from the limitations of a time that has come before. There has never been a time like this in the history of the world. This is completely new territory that we are walking into. And so it's not possible to draw on those things in order to create what's next. Our angels and our guides want us to be able to integrate that wisdom and then be in the moment, be present. Be here now, because that is where the guidance will come. That is where that creative stroke of genius will hit. That's where all the guidance is about how to move forward. Inspiration, creativity is exploding right now. So if you want to stand more firmly in what comes next, let your creativity open. Play with creativity, because that's how you will be best able to serve. Being in your creativity allows you to drop all of the blockages to receiving from your higher self, from your intuition, and from your divine team. It also will prevent you from judging the information that comes. Judgment is basically receiving the information, comparing it to everything that has come before, and then deciding if it's worth following or not. When we're judging it, we're automatically negating it because the information that's coming now is like nothing that's come before. It will become more concrete as time moves on. We're holding ourselves back by looking for solutions in the past. It's when we can let go, when we can say, this is the desired outcome: love, peace, health, wellness. And I have no idea how we are going to get there. I give this to you. I ask for your help. That's when the inspiration will come, because you're clear, because you're centered, because you have a desire for the outcome of love and peace. Now that's different than drawing on past experience and saying, I want peace, and what I think it looks like, my brother needs to stop doing this to me, or these people need to stop doing this. That's coming from a place where we think we know what's best for this situation. But that's never the case. There's so much going on in the unseen world that we are not privy to. So holding the intention that my brother stop this, or that this group of people stops doing XYZ, that's limiting us from creating a more all-encompassing solution. What we need to do is to be open. This is how I think it should look, but I realize that I have a limited perspective, despite the fact that I have thousands of lifetimes. I understand that from here and now I have a limited perspective. My desired outcome is this. And how I want everyone to feel is this. Show me how I can serve. Show me how I can assist this change. The only way to handle this moving forward is to fully embrace it. We can fight against this moment-to-moment paradigm. We can fight against really not knowing what the best way out is, or we can embrace it. And when we can embrace it, we can work from our heart, because when our arms are open, our heart is open. And we're embracing the world. We're embracing possibility. We're embracing limitlessness. And that's what we're being asked to do. To let go of the thoughts of the past, that we have to know everything, that we have to follow this linear timeline. It's not the case anymore. And so this is our initiation as the way showers into the actual work of living from the place that we knew was possible. And we have to live from there before we can see it reflected in the world. And the last thing they just want to share very quickly on is our attachments. There are things that each person holds. The prayer is, I am all in, please use me. And I understand that things may need to change, because change is the one constant. And I am open to everything in my life changing in service to this, except this. We all have that one exception to the rule, and it's time now to let those go. It doesn't mean that everything you want to hold on to is going to go, but it will give it the space to breathe. It will give it the space to grow, to morph into something even better than it is if it's meant to stay. But right now, we need to embrace detachment. And detachment is not dissociating from everything in our lives. Detachment is letting go with love, knowing that if it's ours, it will stay. If it's ours, it will come back to us. But if it's not, and if it's not for the highest good right now, it will flow away. And it may be a minute, but something better will come in its place. And this is very difficult. Our angels their hearts are just opening and they're sending us so much love, especially Sandalphon and Metatron. They know how difficult this is. They have been in our shoes. They are asking for our trust, and they are asking for us to call on them when it is hard, when it's hard to let go, when it's hard to surrender, when it's hard to see what's going on in the world and to work through, to stay with that anger, to really question it. Why are you present? What's going on in me? That there's a resonance here. And how can I clear that up? How can I clean that up? And how can I serve the larger whole? And anger is an indicator of your purpose as well as your work. And it's not easy. This time marks each of us having to stand in this fully and completely with the help of the divine and with community support, because we're not going to be able to do this alone. We're not going to be able to stand in the fire by ourselves. It's only when we know that there are other people standing in the fire and sowing those seeds and tending those seeds with us that we have the strength to keep moving forward. This feels very complete. There is such an outpouring of love for you, for your loved ones, and for the world. Just breathe it in, let it wash over you. And allow yourself to receive. If you would like more support and to be connected with other people who are standing in the fire and sowing the seeds of love all around the world, please check out the Healing Hub. Inside of the Healing Hub, you'll receive daily doses of energy work, energetic support, and angelic transmissions, as well as other tools that you can use to stay grounded, to stay stable, and to increase your energy and your reach in the world at this time. Also check out the next Angel Transformation Hour, an hour-long group reading where the angels answer all of your questions and share their knowledge, their wisdom, and their love. This is a fantastic way to connect with like-hearted community, with your angels and your guides, and I look so forward to supporting you in these ways. Thank you, as always, for being here, for leaving comments on the videos, and for sharing them out far and wide. I'm sending you so much love and so much gratitude, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.